One of the things I get a lot from my patients is, doctor, how does the food supply affect my cancer risk? Where is the risk coming from? And the answer to this question is there's a lot of things, right? So there's a lot of pesticides and toxins and residues in foods that we never even knew could be there. So as an example, if you look at fish, even the most wild-caught fish from the remote waters in Alaska, they're actually loaded with PCBs, dioxins, heavy metals, organophosphates, microplastics, all these things that none of us want to eat. Then if you look at, say, plants, right? Plants are not immune from this either. A great example is American soy. American soy that is not organic, meaning traditionally grown soy, is bred with a Roundup-resistant gene, and then we spray Roundup on them. And that, of course, kills all the weeds around the soy and lets the soy thrive, but then we end up with Roundup in our food, which of course has been linked to cancer, especially recently. And then it turns out that many of the foods we eat are highly associated with cancer. So if you look at, say, dairy products, which is a big one, why is dairy so associated with cancer? Well, what is dairy designed to do? Well, let's back up again and think about this. We're the only species on the planet that drinks another animal's mother's milk. Now think about that for a second. It's a little odd, right? So, if you live in Siberia and you can't grow fruits and vegetables, maybe you need to take in dairy milk. But in the rest of the world, you don't need to do that. So what's special about that? Well, it turns out that dairy milk is designed to turn a baby calf into a gigantic cow in 6 months. So it triggers growth. And what is another name for growth that is uncontrolled? Cancer. And this is why dairy is highly associated with breast cancer and prostate cancer in men, because of those tissues are actually more rapidly growing and dividing than other tissues, so they're more susceptible to some of the compounds in milk. And milk, many times milk that you buy off the shelf, has also been treated with hormones to rapidly grow the cow or calf even faster, and so you end up with even more hormone in your system. So in short, what I tell people is the food supply is indeed very tainted from what it was hundreds of years ago. There's a lot of chemicals and things we're not even aware of in a lot of the foods that we eat. And the only way to really protect ourselves is to buy organic, non-GMO whenever possible, and to really stick to a predominantly low-fat, whole-food, plant-based diet. It even turns out that cholesterol is highly associated with cancer, believe it or not. So eating foods that are low in cholesterol, i.e. fruits and vegetables, also lowers this risk. So in short, spend time eating a very clean, healthy, predominantly plant-based way, and then you don't need to worry as much about cancer risk.